Hello, it's Jim for the Monopoly Project. Here we're on Val Vista Lakes. We're doing our monthly floating book reviews. Today we're looking at books that we read in, September. It is now October. And so we just had a thunderstorm. You can hear it rolling through now. It just came through and dumped all this water. And so we're on the lake. We might get some more rain. But anyway, it's Jim from the Monopoly Project. This is the Monopoly Project yacht. Of course, every successful real estate mogul has a yacht, and this is the Monopoly Project yacht. Unfortunately, it's the Bikini Girls' day off, so you just have me. But here we're here today to review 4 books. Let's see, we got 2 about real estate, one about fictional on our Navy series from the English, the Napoleonic Wars, and finally another one, science fiction one. So let's get to the books, and we'll see you when we get back. Okay, Jim from the Monopoly Project. Like we said, we're going to go on to our first book here on Val Vista Lakes for the Monopoly Project Floating Book Reviews. You can see the storm just went through. It might come back. It's kind of breezy. And you can see we still haven't fixed the top to our boat that got ripped off a month or 2 ago in that windstorm that also knocked down our tree. The original equipment manufacturer is out of business and nobody else is doing it, so we're having trouble getting a new cover for our boat. So in any case, let's start with the first book, which is, this is not the title, When Worlds Collide. This is a book that is 2 books in one, or two novels in one, and the first one was When Worlds Collide, and we reviewed that last week. Science fiction book by Philip Wylie and Edwin Balmer. It was okay. The second one is what happens after the worlds collide. They have to leave the Earth because it got smashed by a planet, by a dwarf star, but fortunately that dwarf star had a planet that got captured by the sun. And so this book that we're going to review is titled After Worlds Collide. Some Americans escape in a rocket, I think 300, something like that, and they get to the other planet. And they find it. I really enjoyed this book. I almost stopped reading it. The first third or half was like the previous one, and that is it's kind of expository. There's not a lot of action in it. All the drama and suspense is of what's going to happen and so forth. And so I was about to stop reading it, but I was stuck on a plane going to Bakersfield. So since I already was on the plane, didn't have anything to do, I did finish it. I'm glad I did because it actually got interesting. They got some real drama. You can see that. I don't know if you saw that lightning flash. But anyway, there was one of the characters had a Japanese servant who went with him. It turns out he reveals that he was actually a spy for the other side. Book was written in 1931, so this was before World War II. It was before, all of that stuff. Anyway, he reveals that he's a spy and that the other guys had actually got off. His people had also got off along with some Germans, Russians. You can see it's getting real windy. Some Germans, Russians, and Japanese communists all got together, and now they got to this new world with their plans of taking over the whole planet and stealing the American and Englishmen's women to breed with. And so, forewarned, they're able to protect themselves when they come and actually gas most of the people and they're unconscious. But in any case, it was interesting because it actually became a typical shoot 'em up thing. And then of course they go on and they find an English woman who came over on the English rocket, which the bad guys had captured. Of course, I told you about the Japanese servant. He helps them. And then they find, what else? They find one other woman who sneaks on, and she actually saves the day at the end. I won't give you the giveaway, but anyway, so I did enjoy the book. It was much better than the first one because, like I said, there was some action in there. There was fights, and there's some plotting in this and that. So in any case, the book is After Worlds Collide, which tells the story of the book We got geese flying by now, honking our way. It tells the story of after they land on this planet, how they, do some exploring. They learn some things about the people who had lived, beings who had previously lived there, and then they get in this conflict with other Earth people, and they eventually win, and presumably they're going to set up a perfect society like everything else. But in any case, like I said, the book was written in 1931 by Philip Wylie. So let's go on to our next book.